Oh, that sweet, sweet sugar. Oh, that's so good.
So how you do it? You do it like that?
Just like that. That cancer sugar is good as hell.
That
Yeah.
cancer sugar.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I fuck with them yellow packets. That the cancer sugar? That's the pink ones are the cancer sugar, right?
I don't know, man. It's all gonna kill you.
I hate people when people quote that shit. My uncle does that to me all the time. He's like, oh, that the pink shit's gonna give you cancer. I'm like, okay, if you read that scientific study, which is quite questionable, they gave those rats like about 5 times their weight worth of that sugar in a drink. First of all, excuse my language. If you're taking 5 times your weight worth of that sugar, you're a fat fuck. All right? Shouldn't be doing that from the get-go. Period.
Yeah.
5 times your weight in that sugar, that's a lot. Okay? I can give you 5 times your weight in water, and you'll die. You'll die.
Yeah.
That's a situation that happens. That's actually quite fascinating when you hear about that story about that guy who drank so much water that literally his cells were splitting and water was being introduced between his cells because he drank so much water that it killed him. And that's why they had to change the policies on life insurances so that you can't kill yourself with water, with overhydration. That first guy cashed in on it, though. You know what I'm saying? But afterwards, yeah, you can't do that anymore.
That's crazy, man.
But back to the cancer sugar. Anything you eat in that kind of quantity is going to fuck you up. I mean, if you have, like, an iron deficiency and then you take 5 times your body weight worth of iron pills, yeah, your kidneys are going to blow up like shrapnel in your body. It's just going to happen. So why are we fucking with these weird studies? I'm not understanding why they're quoting. Like, that's just such a bad study to quote.
It is true. That I mean, like, hey, man, it might give you cancer, but it might not.
Yeah,
I
man.
mean, deal with it when the problem comes.
And
But then once again, don't, like...
bitch if you get cancer?
Yeah, don't be a bitch if you get cancer. Second thing, maybe, not do a whole bunch of it. Like, I like Starbucks. I'm not eating it morning and at night.
Yeah, man. That's definitely one thing that I know that I kind of like don't think about enough is like over caffeination. Because, like, I'll need me some caffeine to get through the work week for sure.
Yeah, I think everybody needs some caffeine.
Yeah, especially as you get older, for sure. But, like, I'll drink something in the morning, and then sometimes I'll get a little pick-me-up in the afternoon.
Right.
Especially if I'm going to go hit that training. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get a little wake. Especially because I'm getting so exhausted coming home that I'm like, I could take a nap right now, but I got to go train in about an hour. So I guess I'm just going to pop up a little bit of caffeine up in this.
And then sometimes you're like, I don't want no caffeine. I'm just gonna do a line of Coke.
That's right. But also, like, there's a big difference between you heating up some milk at your house and throwing some instant coffee and going and drinking 3 of these. What that guy say he had on the way out of here? He was like,
he had a 4 shot of, I don't know what. I don't need to know what. 4 shot of anything.
Holy
is too
shit,
much.
Man! First of all, why are you having 4 shots this late at night?
I say it's not early.
Unless
that
dude's getting a 4 shot and then popping some Cialis to give his woman the fear of God, there's no reason why you should be having 4 shots this late at night.
That's insane, man.
The fear of God.
And it wasn't a small drink either.
Now, I do have like a venti, but he had back at Starbucks, by the way, if you couldn't guess by now. But he had like a venti, but he had like a 4 shot. I'm like, a 4 shot. I thought after like 3 shots they had to reconsider. Like, they had to tell you. They're like, hey, we can't legally give you more than that. Because remember we had that friend who her husband or whatever would ask for, like, something astronomical, like 5 shots. And they were like, no, we can't legally give you 5 shots.
Yeah.
Your heart's going to turn into shrapnel.
Yeah.
Like, I still remember back in the day when reality shows started getting popular. And they had that one reality show, you probably remember it, where it was... guys that were amateurs, they were trying to become pro wrestlers.
Yeah.
And there was that guy he took a pre-workout right before they did their strength and conditioning work on the beach, and the guy was like having like a stroke on the beach.
Jeez, man.
They had to get an ambulance to get him out. I'm like, yeah, man, like that's like being a CrossFitter and then taking like 3 pre-scoops of pre-workout or whatever. Like pre-workout's almost for those guys that are in the gym just looking to get like a swole pump and flexing mirrors and whatever other gay shit those people do. Like,
Yeah.
like that's what those people are for. Like, if you're gonna be doing some CrossFit shit, do not take like 3 scoops of pre-workout. It just doesn't make sense. You're gonna blow your heart open.
Yeah. That doesn't make sense.
Just holy shit, dude. So that cop, there's a cop that just walked past us. That dude looked like RoboCop. Did he have a cam on?
I think so.
Like he didn't. I'm expecting these police cams to have like a little GoPro on their chest or something. But that dude looked like he had a whole like RoboCop headpiece that wrapped around the back of his head and had a camera facing forward. Unless he's just got a weird like telephone microphone thing. That was weird.
I wasn't looking at him too well, but
Oh no, dude, you gotta look around, dog. We had this conversation. We gotta look around. What if he loses his shit and just starts shooting people up?
that's gonna be a good payoff for everybody I know.
Yeah, but those that fucking survive. Was it a year ago? I briefly skimmed the news. Was it a year ago or was it recent that one cop shot the guy in the car?
That was like recently, I think.
Was it? Because I thought it was like an anniversary of it or something. What happened to that lady? Because I remember watching the video because they replayed it again on the news. And the guy got shot because I think the cop was at fault on that one. The guy went straight up and was like, "Hey, I have a gun in my car, officer," which is like the polite thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Now I hear this could be total bullshit, but I hear police officers are better off knowing that kind of stuff. But at the same time, it seems like when police officers know you got a gun, they're way more defensive. In fact, you know what we should do? We should talk to this cop on the way out. Be like, hey, we got a question for you, officer. But back to my question. Like, so the long story short, the guy went for his wallet because he needed to provide ID and driver's license and registration. And I guess the cop got spooked or some shit and just started busting caps on that guy. Did that guy die?
Yeah, he's dead.
Wow. You know what I am surprised about, though, is that how calm that girl was. Like, she wasn't losing her shit. She was just, like, filming the whole thing, and she was just like, I hope you just didn't kill my boyfriend or whatever. Like, she was insanely calm for a woman who like, just saw her baby's daddy get literally clipped right next to her.
That's true.
Like, I would have been losing my shit.
Yeah, I don't know all the details. I think I saw something and they released a video. That probably is a video I'm thinking about. So, yeah, I'm saying that.
It's incredible to me. Like, it's incredible to me, like, how shit just can go crazy like that 1 minute. I mean, it's a tough job. There's no real winner or loser there. Like, being a police officer is definitely a tough job, especially because you also never know what to expect as a police officer that's walking up to a car. I mean, there could be a guy that just hates police officers and had a lot of bad run-ins, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, look, this guy's mad now. You know, like, it's a rough job either way, but it's also a fucked up situation to be the guy with all the power and just clipping guys like that. It's such an incredible thing that it doesn't go awry more often.
Yeah, yeah, it's a tough job, man. You got to really be into it. You got to really want to do that job, to protect and serve people. Or you got to really be racist, one of the two.
Yeah, but I just feel like those guys also need more like unwinding time. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're working a lot of hours, you're working often, like, you need to be able to unwind a bit so you're not super strung up if something happens to you. You need to be able to stay calm in really uncomfortable, like, tight situations. It's a rough situation to be in for everyone. Not just for the police officer, but, like, for everyone. I don't know.
So he got his stuff real quick.
I know. That's what I said. If he wasn't in such a rush, I would have asked him and be in this podcast and get his opinion on it. He is a police officer. But he was, like, rushing out of here.
Yeah, no, he rushed out of there, right?
Yeah.
I thought it was just me. But
no, he dipped. He dipped.
I don't know if he uses supersonic hearing. He's like, they're going to ask me a question.
Maybe.
They have some sort of recording device. They're going to ask me a question.
I wonder if, like, they're told from a police, like their police chiefs, like, do not do interviews.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they can't.
Probably, right?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he would have been like, oh, you know, that's a good question, but I can't answer it.
That'd be a good one. I'd like to interview, like, a police officer.
What if we can set that up?
You look into that.
I think I actually might look into that.
You should. I legit want a good, real conversation with a police officer. Because I'm not blaming police officers. I think they have a very difficult job. Unlike firefighters, where everybody loves firefighters. You never hear anything bad about firefighters. I mean, police officers have it rough.
Well, yeah, man. Like, who doesn't want to be safe from a burning building?
Right, but... Yeah, but those dudes, like, never do anything wrong.
Well, you can't do nothing wrong in that.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point, but... they have it rough.
It's like, yo, man, I'm just trying to steal this $20,000 so I can feed all my baby mamas. Why you pulling me over? I don't know, because you stole $20,000 from that bank. Like, I don't know. Do you think I should do that?
But that's
They're
not...
like, no,
but you think that that's
no.
not always the situation they're in.
No, but sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah, but I think sometimes you also have a situation with people have...
I'll just give an example of when the dude is like, oh, I'm not in the wrong. It's like a lot of times if you get pulled over, you don't think you're in the wrong. As to where you're in a burning anything. Or if you need a firefighter, you're in a burning something, so you probably need help. You think you need help.
Yeah, but at the same time, you don't think firefighters also done some shady shit in the past?
Maybe.
I mean, you don't think a firefighter comes in, there's like a wad of 100 sitting there, and after they got everybody out, they're like, let me just drop this in my pocket real quick.
It's like, oh, my bad.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm sorry, ma'am. The wad of
100
hundreds
is burned.
Burnt beyond belief. Can't
Well,
believe
I mean,
it.
I think I've heard. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I have heard stories, but it could be just conjecture. Or it could just be just me talking shit.
Damn.
But
Doing that dude dirty.
what happened?
That dude came over here, about to get his woman some coffee. Got that text to come back. I don't want that coffee. Now he's off again.
Well, he had a horrible parking job, by the way. He like took a line like it wasn't there. It's like, yo, bro, those lines that are painted on the ground, those aren't G-strings. You can't just absorb those. You gotta go within those lines. You know what I'm saying?
It's true. It's true.
But anyways, I think I've heard stories of firefighters where, because, you know, after they get people out of the burning building, they still have to go back in the house after the fire is gone to make sure that there's no, first of all, to find out how the fire started, but also to make sure that there isn't anything else that's like still lit up or whatever. And to, you know, really do a report on the whole fire as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've heard stories where people steal shit because, you know, they find valuables in the house. The house is technically condemned until...
What is this dude trying to do?
A 19-point turn to reverse into his Hummer.
Oh, man. I really want to let you finish that story, but just driving lately has been the worst.
Yeah, dude, that's a horrible driver. Okay, no joke. So on the other side of Starbucks, so we're in a glass window right now, and on the other side of glass window, there's like a book club or something, like a whole bunch of people behind us. They keep like staring over. I wonder if this is a really thin piece of glass.
No, you can't hear him. We can't hear him.
Who knows? You know me, I don't give a fuck. I'm just pointing out what's going on.
The podcast is you can hear your voice on. That's where you plug the channel. That's what you always do.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Never mind, you ruined it. It's over now. We'll do it later.
I know, we'll have to do it later. We need to think of a podcast name, dude. I swear to God, I had one the other day that I was like, dude, this is great.
You told me
it
about
was great, and I still don't remember what it is. I still can't remember what it is. Let me turn around before all these weirdos and these hipsters keep looking over here.
Mr. Fruity Tooties.
Dude, some dude over here has got a freaking lip piercing. Like, you know the one with like in the Flavor Saver?
Oh, wow. From the 1990s?
Dude, that's something that I heard back in my old day. Like a boss of mine would say, oh, that's called that. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I've never heard of that. That's a legit thing what people would call things, huh? A Flavor Saver? I'm going to let you guys figure out why that's called that.
That's
really?
disgusting, man.
Really? But ever since then, that's the
Disgusting.
only thing I can think of to remind people what the fuck that means.
See, I was wondering why. Yeah, I was wondering why it took so many turns. That's why.
Oh, that's why. I can't believe you didn't guess that from the get-go.
I did not.
So anyways, what's new in your life, man? Enough bullshit. And what's going on?
Oh, man, that one dude I was telling you about cars earlier. That one dude was mean mugging me earlier.
Why was he mean mugging you? Oh, because you're flirting with his girl in his car.
Yeah, I was
the
just
guy in the
looking
Mustang.
at his girl. Yeah, I was just looking at his girl.
Oh no, I know what you did. You winked at her and then you gave her like a little.
Look,
I'll
man.
change your life with this tongue look. I know how you
I
do.
might look. If your girl got tight pants on, and she had a big butt, I'm gonna look at it. Every other dude's gonna look at it. That's why you're with her. You with her because she got a good personality.
You got a real good point. That's a real good point.
Now the common courtesy thing for you to do at that point is look at me, and we should nod in agreement.
She'd be like, "Good job,
Good
appreciate it, bro." It's like a bro thing, right? But you know what, man? On the opposite end of that, like I understand why that dude was mean mugging you, because I used to be like that insecure little fucking kid back in the day who was like mean mugging you. Oh, that was so close. That was an accident.
We could have been the witnesses.
Oh, dude, I was hoping that would hit. That's kind of fucked up to say, but I was hoping that hit. This lady was pulling out. I'm assuming it's a lady, and this other, I think that was a lady too. They're pulling out.
You know what the big problem was right there?
What?
Do you know what the big problem was right there?
What was that? What's that?
The couple that just left.
The
couple that just left the Starbucks we were at. Was a woman, was a chick. The woman was driving.
You guys can submit all of your angry emails to Ruben's Instagram or social media down below.
I do not know what kind of soft dude.
That's his woman drive? Is that what you're going to say?
Ice cream cone dude lets his woman drive when they're on a date.
I'll admit to you, though, that I do often not let a woman drive. And it's not because of, like, any sexist shit. I just got control issues. That's basically it. I got control issues. I got to be in control.
Yeah, I got control, too.
You know what I'm saying?
Of this car, unlike her. That's why I'm driving. Look, I'll admit. I'll be the first one to admit. The first time I can go into a Walmart and a woman doesn't hit me with her shopping cart, then I'll let a woman drive all day long. Until that point in time.
Does that happen to you often?
We'll go into Walmart right now. 52 women will try to hit you with their shopping carts because they don't pay attention. Yeah, man. I'm telling you.
I don't know what to tell you about that dog.
Anyways, yeah, so that dude was mean mugging me.
Yeah, he was. Well, at least you said.
And then, just give me a dirty look. I'm like, look, dude, I'm just trying to appreciate what you got. I'm just trying to give you a high five through the air. And then he was giving me a salty-ass look while he was pulling away. And you might say, "How? There's a window in between. How can you tell he was mean mugging you?" It's because this motherfucker had his windows down in the 115-degree heat. I know you ain't trying to mean mug me. Trying to act hard on me when you can't afford AC in your car. You're trying to act hard with me. You best pull out nicely and just keep on driving. Trying to act hard with me without your AC.
Look, man.
What the hell's wrong with you?
I'm saying.
Didn't we tell them the story? Didn't we tell them the story?
What story?
When we were back in high school, we were trying to be cool. And we didn't have no AC. What did we do? Did we roll down the windows like bitches? No. What did we do? We manned up, 115-degree heat, went 2 miles without AC. And the windows up because we ain't bitches. That's right.
Yeah, well, you're right about that. We did do that. I think we talked about that in the last podcast, actually.
Didn't try to act hard with nobody.
Yeah, well, look, my in defense of that weird little dude, I mean, I kind of did the same thing in my youth, especially with that. Like, it's mostly insecurities of, like, trying to mean mug, like, other dudes so they don't, like, look at your girl. But the reality is, like, look, if you got a banging girl, let's be honest, you're going to get a lot of dudes that fucking stare at her, right? It's going to happen.
That's true.
So
it is true.
It's kind of a fucked up situation, but the reality is that if you're dating a legit 10, you're going to get a 10 is always going to get attention. And also as a guy, you got to be somewhat secure enough to know that you ain't going to be around all the time. So you got to be comfortable enough knowing that your girl's going to get hit on when she's getting gas, at work, when she's doing yoga or whatever the fuck she's into. Insert your own interest there. I mean, she's going to get hit on all the time. Especially if she's a 10. Now she's got some crazy shit that guys are into, like she's got a big ol' ass or some tickle bitties. I mean, it's gonna. Somebody just turned around when I said that. I mean, you're gonna get even more interest. There's just no way around it. So as a guy, you almost gotta get. You gotta get a little bit of security on that.
Yeah, you do. You just gotta be like, yeah, that's right, it's mine. Till she tells me she cheated on me.
Wow. Okay.
Or maybe even then I forgive her. I don't know. Whatever you do, I don't know. I'm just saying. However you handle that situation. Just saying, man. Don't get mad at me.
Yeah, man. I don't know. All I know is that it's a difficult situation, especially when you're young, to try to like mitigate that angst of insecurity.
Hey, you just use a big word. I don't know what it means, so I'm gonna take it as an insult. Why are you trying to call me a mitigator?
I thought you were gonna go with angst. It's hard to manage.
Why are you calling me an angst?
It's hard to manage that, dog. It's hard to like really try to keep that in check when other dudes are just looking at your girl like, man, I like a round or two with that. Do you know
I'll mitigate you right here. I don't care, homie. We'll angst right here in the street.
Yeah.
That's Mexican.
So, long story short, I think it's a difficult situation, but you just gotta try to work past it. You being the mean mugged, and the mean muggers.
You're gonna park right by me, ain't you? No,
Nah.
I'm not.
Everybody likes that spot right there. That exact spot.
Actually,
Everybody's taking that exact same spot.
Is there like gold I can mine right there? What is it with that spot?
Maybe. So what else is going on in your life, dog? You've had some time off. Anything you've been doing? How's that workout been going on? You lifting some kettlebells? You ready for those 4-plate deadlifts we talked about?
Dude, yesterday would have been the great day to do that.
Yeah, because it's hot as fuck in your house, right?
Yeah, it was. AC just stopped working, man.
Dude, that's a rough spot,
Stop.
man. And you know what's funny? It's like here, and look, I get it. It's no coincidence. They go out because it's hot as shit, and the AC's like, you know what? Fuck you. That's exactly why they go out. But
yeah.
With that said, I mean, it's a really bad time. Because it was been hot, dude. Like, we hit some records this week, right? Like, my dash was reading 124 the other day.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, 124? I was like, when I see numbers going up exponentially like that, like 124, I'm like, there's a problem.
Yeah, man, 124. Like, what is that, man?
That's some mathematician shit. Like, 124?
That's an angle, right?
That's a like a straight that's a power of 2 right there. Is
Yeah,
that,
man.
wait, hold on. Well, except for the 1, because 1 to the power of 1 is 1, right? That's some fucked up shit. But 2 to the power of 2. Wait, hold on. That's right. That's 4.
Man, I don't know. I ain't took math in years.
Dude, the other day somebody said like something like a quadratic equation, and that was like, I was digging in my brain for all. I was like, dude, that's in that right there is in a box behind a box of my like memories from 6th grade, behind a box that's like cooking tips, behind a box that's like, hey, this is how you brush your teeth, behind a box that's like, hey, this is how you upload a video to YouTube. There's so many boxes, and by the way, that shelf is like 3 shelves back behind on how to play Imagination. Like, it's way in the back.
It's deep in there. Right?
Some of that stuff is stored so deep back there, all right? So deep that I literally would have to break down like a stone wall in order to just get to those memories. It's not readily available. What's in the water now?
I don't know.
What's in the water now?
Shout out to Bowski for delivering
Bringing
that water down here to
straight
Arizona.
pipeline from
Good
California,
Lord, Bowski.
apparently.
Good Lord, man.
Note to
This hoe
self.
literally had 2 Christmas hams in her back pockets. Jeez.
So, man. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to stop cutting weight. I'm excited, dog.
Time to bulk up, son.
I'm excited. Fuck that. I'm just trying to maintain weight now.
No, we're going to bulk you up. We're going to get you looking like at least
Brock Lesnar,
Brock Lesnar.
UFC 200.
That's right.
Fuck that.
205.
It's too
Son.
big, man. It's too
Was
big.
it 200 or 205 where he fought?
Something like that.
I don't know. He's still wrestling, so.
No, I'm just trying to. I was like, dude, I'm getting too flat, but I'm also about to get into that vacation mode, so I don't want to get fat as fuck with my shitty metabolism right now. Like, my metabolism's too slow right now because I've been cutting weight for so long. Like, I'm like 25. No, I'm on 2,300 calories. I'm like, man, this is sadness. It's like poverty macros. So I'm excited to just build up my metabolism again and just get, you know what I'm saying, yoked as fuck, buddy. You know what I'm saying? Just shirtless pics again. You know what I'm saying?
So what you're gonna do? Now that it's summer, you can just walk around shirtless.
That's right. I'm just gonna go to class and just take off my shirt and be like, "Let's go. Who wants this?" I'm gonna be like Zangief, just oiled up.
Yeah. Like, where's your gi at? Like, I am the gi.
What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
Oh, you can be like that oiled guy on Street Fighter 4.
I never understood that guy. That guy's like a generic, like Zangief, essentially.
Yeah, I guess.
Is that the weekend?
I think so. So that chick smelled like hoe. Yeah, I did.
Holy God. Anyways, so what else you got going on, dog?
Just that, man. Just had to live yesterday with the AC off, man.
That's a rough situation for sure.
Now, granted, it only got up to 91, I believe.
You should have done that whole like old school trick where you wet some like blankets or not blanket, like you wet a towel, and then you put that shit on a fan, and then like so the air goes through the water towel, and then it just throws out cold air.
That would have been an interesting idea.
But the problem is that if you oscillate the fan, you might blow up that motor because it's so heavy with the water. You gotta keep that shit standing.
That's true.
It's just fucking, you're oscillating, all of a sudden it just snaps the fucking head off and just falls.
I was alright. I stayed in my room. Like, our living room's way too big to
chilling.
To chilling.
Yeah, it's too hot, man. You gotta have that AC on. Oh, 2 more cops. We should ask them questions. Dude, they all got it, man. That must be a new thing.
Huh.
It's like the camera on their head. It's
I think they're sheriffs.
But the other dude wasn't a sheriff, was he?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, was he? Were these guys sheriffs? They don't got the brown.
I didn't see him. I was trying to make
But
sure
they
this
both-
chick didn't hit my car.
But they both have the thing around their head now.
Yeah, it's probably is the thing. They probably were like,
Dude, all the
Listeners
cop
only gotta be-
incidents lately, it's a really tough spot. Legit, I need you to look into how to interview a cop.
I think I will.
I'm very curious about if
'Cause
we could do
I kind of want to ask one right here, but I feel that you're gonna take it like
an
maybe
insult.
an insult a little bit.
Yeah, it's hard.
Because we have like the microphone, I'll be like in their face or something.
Well, no, we'll just ask them like, hey, you guys want
But
to? Yeah, because it's almost like you don't want to catch anybody off guard. Because then you
No,
don't want
no.
everybody's gonna be on defensive, being like, are you trying to blame us for something?
yeah, no, I don't want to do that. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna look into that this week. Like, I want to do it legitimately. So he's like knows like right away. Like, no, I'm not. I literally just want to ask you like a few questions.
Yeah. Plus, I want to actually interview some people that have different life experiences. Because you guys are getting a lot of us just shit talking, which we do decently, I suppose. But it'd be also good to interview people from a different standpoint. Originally, that's what I wanted to do with the podcast. But man, I do not have the fucking time to do everything that I do and then also try to find interesting people to like book interviews with. Plus, it's like every 10 people that you contact for an interview, maybe one's going to say okay. You know? For every 10, one's going to say okay. So...
Yeah, she definitely is. She smells like hoe. I can smell her all the way over here.
Oh, you can smell that girl from about 100 feet away, huh?
Yeah, I got a nose of Wolverine.
You got a Wolverine nose?
You might ask me, what does hoe smell like? You know when you're passing by
Victoria's Secret?
Victoria's Secret, all that shit. Any one of those things, pick it. Or if you're passing by Yankee Candle Workshop, any one of those
Just
things.
like that?
Just like that, man. Bath and Body Works, any one of those things, man.
I hear you. Well, I think...
I gave you so many good sound clips this week already.
Oh, yeah.
Motherfucker. I was to say, you better park in the middle.
I thought she got into that car, and I was like, oh, yes. Her, what do we call him? Her baby daddy is...
No, baby daddy.
Baby daddy. her sugar daddy
Oh, sugar
sitting
daddy.
in the car.
And waiting.
She's like, "Oh, before I let you go balls deep, I need to get some Starbucks."
Take this taste off.
That's exactly what I think about every single time I see like a girl on Instagram with a boat.
Everyone?
Every single one. Every
Just
single one.
everyone on a boat?
Yeah. Because you never see that, and you're like, oh yeah, that girl's driving that boat. Let's be honest here. She ain't driving that boat.
She's probably not driving a boat.
Especially if she lives in like Nebraska, and all of a sudden she's on a boat.
In Dubai?
Yeah, in Dubai. You're like, how come you're on a boat that looks like it's a $4.2 million boat?
Like saying
Used.
there ain't no water in Dubai.
Yeah, where you at?
Where you at?
How you gonna be in that coast of Italy all by yourself with that fancy boat?
Yeah, it's true, man. It's good. That's a good.
Which brings up
That's a good
like
argument.
Bowski's question from 3 weeks ago that
Oh yeah,
we
he had a
never
question.
got back to Bowski about. So here, I'll throw a shout out to Bowski, but let's see here. I'll find it. You continue to talk.
I forgot about that. I sent him a Funko Pop like a week back.
So you guys exchanging, or was it just like
No, I had an extra one.
of the same one? A
No,
Batman?
well,
Is it a
well,
Batman one?
No, it wasn't. It
I'm
was
surprised. Bowski loves
Alien
that
from
Batman
Alien from Independence Day.
Oh, is it the one that's coming out of that shell?
Nah, it was an older one. From Independence Day. Not out of the shell, but like one that comes out of the... Just one that walks around, so... I had that one. That was the dude who was supposed to meet up with me, and he never did. So...
Yeah, that dude's an asshole. You know, that's one of the movies that when I got to rewatch. I got to rewatch Independence Day, the original one,
Independence Day one is really good, man.
Because
that holds up.
because I remember that freaked me the fuck out when I was young.
Dude, it's still really good. The aliens still look really good.
Because I remember like they have that scene where, if you guys haven't seen it now, I can't tell you anything about spoilers. All right, if you haven't seen it now, it's too late. But they capture an alien and they crack it open like a nut. And then because they find out that the alien has an exoskeleton, so the actual alien is on the inside. So when they crack that thing open, then it just goes crazy and starts killing all of them.
Yeah.
Dude, that scene like haunted me as a child. Plus, it didn't help that when I went to Hollywood Video to rent that thing, which, what's up, guys? You guys know what Hollywood Video is?
Bro.
Or was it
Hollywood
Blockbuster?
Video.
One of those.
Dude, that was like the generic one,
Yeah,
man.
man. Hey, man, we didn't have no money. So we went to Hollywood
Jeez.
Video. Or was
Dude,
it?
on a side note, also on renting videos, first thing, if she don't remember renting videos, she's too young for you, bro.
Probably. Right? That's definitely a thing.
Yeah. And secondly, we also were poor, so we didn't go to Blockbuster. We didn't go to Hollywood Video. There was like a pharmacy, or like it was kind of like a Walgreens or like an Osco Drugs or something like that. But it wasn't one of those two things.
Osco Drugs. Is that around still?
Nah. It was kind of like one of those two things. Except it was a more generic version of that. So they had like...
They had movies?
Yeah, it had like food. It was kind of like a mini Walmart. It was like
Okay.
a very small, condensed Walmart. But in the back corner, they had movies you can rent. It had its own like little section where you can rent movies and games.
Wow, that's surprising.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I remember Hollywood Video and Blockbuster. We rented it. But at the same time, I also bought like a poster of the freaking alien. I had a poster of that freaking alien with like all the 6 tentacles or whatever. Yeah,
That's
that's
dark,
I don't
man.
know why I had that. It was dark as shit, and I think after I saw that movie, it creeped me the fuck out to have it on my wall.
Yeah, so what if lightning hit that bitch and it came to life?
Came to life. Well, then I would have been killed, wouldn't I? There's
That's
no way I
how-
would have been
that's
able to
also
defend myself.
That's also how I buy Funko Pops. Because some look a little freaky with their big eyes. I'm like, if lightning hits this bitch and comes to life.
Dude, you gotta sell. You know what you gotta do? I figured out what you gotta do.
Hmm.
You gotta sell all your pops, all of them, every single one, every single one, every single one, and then buy one of those Akuma busts. One of those, and then it's that way, if it does get hit by
So,
lightning,
yeah, that's really going to come
yeah,
to life.
yeah, or maybe he'll come to life and train you.
Also, possibility.
He'll teach you how to do that Japanese symbol on your back. But anyways, so Bowski's question. Back to my point. So I'll read it off to you, dog, because he sent it to both of us, and I forgot about it till right now. But we're talking about boats on hose, hose on boats. That's what I meant to
Boats
say.
on hose.
And it totally brought this to mind. So Bowski said, Oh, geez. Bowski does not hold back on things, does he? Bowski said, would you fuck a man in the booty
Wow.
and you have to make eye contact for 100 million? If not, would you at least jack him off for 1 million? Bowski has no chill with that question.
Nope.
Nah, man. Look, the fascinating thing is the idea that like everybody has a price, right? And I do believe that. However high and mighty you think you are, like everybody has a price, and it's proof. Like there's those dudes in Dubai that
we're
are
talking about.
that we're talking about that are insanely wealthy. I mean, we're talking about insanely wealthy. Like they piss on money like for a living. They're so wealthy that like anybody you know that's wealthy, they're probably way wealthier than them.
Yeah.
And not by like a little bit. Like
By a
they
lot.
make them look like normal commoners, and they're like 1%er kind of guys. These guys are so wealthy that apparently I've heard stories, and there's a lot of rumors that they get off. Some of those guys are so wealthy that they get off on making, because you can easily get a prostitute. That guy can afford any prostitute, right?
Yeah.
But those guys, some of those guys get off on making girls prostitutes who aren't prostitutes. So what I mean by that is like, let's say there's like you like a certain celebrity. Who's a big celebrity name right now?
Let's say Jennifer Lawrence.
Okay, Jennifer Lawrence. Let's say one of those dudes has a real thing for Jennifer Lawrence, and they're like, man, I would
From
love
the
to.
Hunger Games.
I'd love to go to town on her. Somehow they get a hold of Jennifer Lawrence, right, through their manager, agent, or whatever. They're like, hey, we want you to come out and just hang out with us.
Right.
And they'll be like, no, we don't want to go out there. But like, look, it's just think of it like as an appearance. You'll come out, we'll hang out, we'll all like have drinks and stuff. We'll pay you like 25 mil. At what point is Jennifer Lawrence saying, okay, 25 mil is a lot of money, dude. That's like what she would make for filming a movie for like a year probably,
Yeah.
right? But if you're like, all right, well, if we're just going to hang out, okay, well, we'll go. So Jennifer Lawrence they book her a flight. She goes out. Hey, that dude probably has like a crazy party with like elephants and shit and people running around doing shots off of people and naked chicks you're eating sushi off of and whatever else crazy 1%ers have, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that crazy dude goes up to Jennifer Lawrence and be like, I like you. You're a real pretty girl. How about you and I party in my room? And she's like, no. And he's like, come on. I'll give you 25 million. And she's like, no, I'm not. I don't do that. Well, come on. I'll give you 100 million. And she's like, no, I'm not going to do that. Like, the real question is, how much money until Jennifer Lawrence says, okay? I'm thinking she's going to say it's okay to 500 million.
Probably.
And some dude's going to go and just go to town on her. Because it's, you know what I'm saying? Like, every chick has some price. Every dude has some price. So, to answer your question, Bowski, no, I'm not going to fuck some dude with eye contact for 100 million. 100 million is a lot of money.
That's going to be a very uncomfortable position for that dude.
But at the but at the same time, maybe he's got a real dexterous neck and he can turn around.
Maybe he's a CrossFitter, so he's real flexible.
But my question, like, everybody's got a price, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like the key to that price, the real puzzle to that price, is figuring out how much money are you like willing to say, okay, I did it, but dude, I got this much money for it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if I told you some weird shit I did, you'd be like, dude, why would you share that with me? That's pretty crazy. But how much money would it take for you to be like, okay, I get it. I do it for that kind of money too.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if
Yeah.
I told you, I'm like, yo, dog, I had this crazy thing that happened to me. Like, let's say we're on the podcast, and okay, just to answer your question real quick, Bowski, for 100 million, probably not. That's not. I gotta justify that. And for no, I'm not gonna do it for $1 million. You're crazy. I'm not gonna jerking off some dude for $1 million. Anyway,
Is it a random dude or a dude I know?
so if it's your Pop Connect, you're like, yeah, okay.
Oh, I'll jerk him off.
There you go. There you go, dog. Good honesty for you. Good honesty. You're like, I'll even look at my contact.
Oh, yeah. He wants eye contact with that, and you're giving me $1 million?
Oh, that's hilarious.
I'm like, so, Cliff, how's it going?
You're
What are you thinking of right now?
Faster or what?
What are you thinking of right now? You want me to spit on it?
Oh, gross. You said just. Oh. Anyways, the real key, right, is like.
I have a little problem. How about you spit on it?
The real key though is like to try to make that dude like to please that person so he can finish as quickly as possible, right? Like that's the real key to that puzzle.
That was too much.
No, like the reality is, right? Like let's say you agree to it.
Right.
You want to get that over with as quickly as possible.
Now,
so
can I sit on my hand so I don't actually feel it? My hand's asleep.
Hey, that's not a bad way of looking at this, dog. That's a good idea. Because if you're not feeling it, then you're almost way more disconnected, right?
Can I put on a
Marvin Gaye album?
Hey, if he wants music. Once again, I'm trying to make this dude comfortable. He's giving me $1 million. So least I can do.
I'm going to literally make a Photoshop of you with the Arthur hand and that jizz. Anyways, back to my point. Back to my story. So, like, it all comes down to justifying that money, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, let's say I came up to you in the podcast one day and you're like, oh, what's going on with you, dude? And I'm like, not much, man. So I got a weird story for you. And you're like, all right, what happened? And I'm like, oh, yeah, man. So I was hanging out with this girl and, like, we go back to her place. We're fooling around. And then I'm like, I hear something and I'm like, what is that? And then all of a sudden I open the closet door and her, like, apparently she had a boyfriend. And he was like, that's his thing. It's like a cuckolding thing where, like, he's, like, jerking off watching us, right? And then I'm like, okay, I'm done. This is creepy. But then what if, like, he's like, yo, I'll give you $100 million to just finish off my girl. And I'm like, whatever, right? And then he's like, oh, but at the end he wanted me, like, just in his fishbowl. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Like, oh, okay, I fucked that story up completely. Okay, so let's say I was like, okay, forget the money. So let's say I go, I'm hooking up with this girl, find the guy. Then he's like, oh, I'll pay you, but you gotta jizz in the fishbowl. And I'm like, this is really weird. And then you're like, oh my God, did you do it? And I'm like, yeah, I did it. And I'm like, I can't believe you did that. Why would you do that? And I'm like, okay, so he gave me $100 million. You're like, no, I get it. I would have done it too. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it all comes down to finding that magical number where you can say, oh yeah, I would have done it too for that kind of money. Mm-hmm. And if you're screwing some other dude's girl, as long as you can still try to keep it up while some dude's jerking off at the back.
Yeah.
You know, that's the key to that one is really just being able to justify your actions with the amount of money.
Yeah.
And when you're talking about stuff that, like, I'm really not into, like, you're going to have to really, really making that a substantial gain.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's kind of where I'm at with that, Bowski. So I did not forget your question or avoid your question. It's just that it's just coming to me now. I forgot about it.
No,
I kept the text message, though.
Let's say I have it, too. Last week was hard because we were all mixed up and everything.
What do you mean?
Because we had to move like 7 times, so we didn't get time.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot that's the one where we got, like, kicked out and moved around, so we had to find different spots to finish out the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Lights went out. After listening to it, though, it isn't as bad as I thought it was.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna sound a little bit disjointed and a little, like, funky, but it wasn't bad, to be honest with you. It actually flowed all right. And the audio from the bar place thing wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Really?
It wasn't great, but it wasn't as bad as I want to be. What I need to do is, you know what I need to do? Is I need to get one of those sound mixers like Max has for his videos.
Yeah.
And he give you that shit, and you can mix up and make the sound perfect or whatnot.
Yeah, yeah.
Because Max has, like, for his Twitch stuff, which, of course, is going to be completely different to this, but he, like, changes the level so the peaks aren't as high and the lows aren't as low, so everything's really well balanced. This is some raw shit. Like, this is some, like, not using condom shit that we're doing now. This is some, like, underground.
We go just that raw.
We go that level of raw. Like, we are literally.
Like, you ever see sushi? That raw.
Damn. We're literally just underground radioing this shit. So anything, the levels sometimes are a little high, a little low, and sometimes a lot of that's just from me not pulling the mic away enough if I'm talking loud or whatnot. So this is some. Once again, like I mentioned in last week's podcast, for me, this is almost like inviting somebody to our conversation. So it feels like somebody, you, the viewers, you, the listeners, are just sitting down with us and talking shit. Which, by the way, apparently we have some locals that listen to this podcast that it would be interesting to get their opinions just about stuff in general that I would like, hey, come on the podcast, you know? And they refuse to do it. I think some of it's because they're females and they are like...
Yeah, we got a centralized location now, so it's not creepy anymore.
Well, yeah, it's not like I'm going to be like, hey, come over to my house and do a podcast. But it's, yeah, we can meet wherever. But I think just some people are shy knowing that they laugh at our dumb shit that we say.
Hey, look, you can give us fake names if you want. However you want to do it. Whatever makes you comfortable.
Well, that's what we did for a lot of the viewer questions, right? We gave them fake names. Like Jean Grey isn't a real person.
Might be.
Well, it might be, but that wasn't their name.
Yeah. Once again, whatever to make you comfortable.
I'm not gonna lie, dog. I had this green tea. It's pretty fucking good, but it's kind of expensive for green tea. I'm like, I could have just made this at home, right?
Yeah, you could have made that at home.
I got those cancer packets at home, too. No, actually, I got legit. I got stevia. I got stevia. That's actually a plant.
By
the way, if my daughter was walking out wearing that shit, beat the shit out of her.
Dude, she probably don't know her dad, so it's fine.
Dude, that girl was like 13. I would have smacked the shit out of her.
She probably don't know her dad.
I'm going to be that dad, if I'm ever a dad. I'm going to be that dad who's like, oh, you're taking my daughter out for dinner, huh? The fuck you are. Until you can pick up that boulder and put it over that stone, we're not taking nobody nowhere. So you better learn to deadlift, boy. Unless you give me the Kimura, and then we'll talk. Pick one of the two.
You got strongman trials.
Pick one. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. You got two choices. You got two choices. Three. I'll give you three. You got the Atlas stone. You gotta pick up that Atlas stone over 5 feet, and then be able to get on that stand. If you can't do that, that's cool. I get it. That's some manly shit. We'll take it down a notch. If you could deadlift 400 pounds for about 3 reps, we're good. I'll let you warm up. You can warm up. I'll let you stretch your hamstrings. You want a foam roller? I'll get you a foam roller. I got one for you. I got a good one, too. That lacrosse ball? I'll get you a lacrosse ball. You can get real deep in that muscle tissue. If you can't do that, then fine. We'll start from knees. And if you can give me the Kimura, we'll talk. We'll start from knees. You don't need to sweep me or anything. You don't need to do a double leg takedown, a single leg. We'll get that out of the way. The entry point here for the little guys is going to be a Kimura. If you can't give me the Kimura, then how are you going to expect me to respect you to protect my daughter when you're out and about? You know what I'm saying?
I guess that's
true.
I guess that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, it's true.
You know what I'm saying? So dude comes at you, takes your back, and you still got to protect my daughter from another dude. How you going to protect her? If you can't give me the Kimura, I can't pretend like you're going to protect her. All right?
It is a good point.
Unless you're Luke Skywalker and you got a lightsaber, this ain't going to happen. So train for one of those, gentlemen. Train for one of those now. Because if I have a daughter, that's the only way this is going to go down.
I'm going to think about this.
I thought about this.
Hard.
I'm going to be that dude who, like, the HOA is like, sir, you cannot have an Atlas stone in the front of your house. The fuck I can't? You can move that stone? So you can move that stone. That stone ain't moving.
Unless you want to pay the crane to come over here and get it.
Unless you're Hercules. Or you train this. That stone ain't going nowhere. You can hop up those HOA fees if you want. Nothing's going to happen here.
That's hilarious.
That stone has found its home.
So, do we think these people behind us were having a...
Oh, the people from the other side of the glass? I don't know. They just left, and they were giving us some looks and shit when they left. Like they were, like, dumbfounded that we were doing stuff. Maybe what we should do is just do uncomfortable shit all the time. Like they were freaked out because we had microphones. Maybe next time we just come out here and just make pina coladas for no fucking reason.
Maybe.
Blenders and everything.
Well, you think they had a book club?
No, I didn't see any books.
Well, maybe they
but
read
they took
the book.
up like 19 chairs, so they must have done something.
Maybe they read the book and they were discussing the chapters.
But wouldn't you need a version of or a copy of the book in order to reference?
Maybe they, well, see, what the heck?
What is up with the lights here? They're like on and off like it's a club.
Well, like when I used to do Bible study, we didn't have to have the Bible in front of us because
it'd help if you had it, wouldn't it?
We did the answers. We had the paper done already, so we didn't really need it. We just went over the answers. So maybe that's what they're doing.
Dude, I'm gonna start interviewing people that are walking into this place because everybody's looking at us like I'm literally stabbing a baby right now.
I mean, the microphones are a little weird. If you're not used to them, it's a little
Okay,
weird.
but it's not like I have a dildo in my hand.
Isn't it, though?
No, it's not. It's not the same thing.
Might be.
It's not the same thing, dog.
Yeah, make sure I'm on time this week because you went over last week.
Dude, last time, are you aware of how long it took, with my shitty internet right now, are you aware of how long it took to upload that podcast last
2
week?
days.
Not that bad, but it took a good full day. A good full day.
Man.
Yeah, well, that also, my computer went on sleep mode, and apparently
Turn off sleep mode.
I turned it off already, but I was trying to upload it overnight, and I woke up in the morning, I'm like, what's going on here? And then all of a sudden, it's like sleep mode, and I'm like, what in the fuck? So then it took a lot longer to try to get this thing working. So, yeah, I don't know, man. All I know is that we got to keep it within an hour. Plus, but I don't know. We got some thumbs up that we usually don't get last week. So maybe people like the longer format. I don't know, man. Yeah. And anyways, once again, to reference last week's podcast, for those of you that did listen to it, you know how we talked about whether or not we should have asked that couple if they were on a date?
Uh-huh.
I found out how to do a poll on YouTube. It's actually quite simple. But we didn't talk about it on the podcast, so because I put it up, people didn't know to look for it. So like whenever there's a poll, which next time we do a poll, we'll mention it here. It's a little eye in a circle in the corner of the video. When you click on it, the poll pops up, and you can just do the poll directly on there. It takes like a second. It takes 1 second. Literally, it takes 2 clicks.
Oh, all right. Well, that's good to know then.
Because I don't think anybody used it. But I know I'm right, so it's not like it fucking matters.
All right. Well, that's cool now.
Yeah, man. Seriously, like people feel like microphones are like.
Well, it's weird because they want to know what we're doing. Well, they don't know who asked us.
I guess. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory if you got microphones, no? You don't like your drink anymore, or what? You're kind of over it, it looks like.
I'm over it. I'm over Starbucks in general. The
Really?
real question is, did I ever like Starbucks?
Oh, so you were just a hipster that was drinking it because everybody wanted to drink it?
I think I just was drinking it because my girl told me to like it. And I was like, yeah.
I don't know, man. You tell me. I don't fucking have your taste buds.
I think that's what it was.
I legit like coffee. I also like having a little bit more energy because I don't have the ability to sleep.
Well, and new girl was like, oh, I drink Starbucks all the time. It's like, all right. So she was there, and I was like, I guess I do too. But did I ever really like it?
I don't know, man.
Did I ever really enjoy it?
That's one of those things you gotta dig deep inside yourself
That's
and
what
answer
I'm
that
saying.
question.
I gotta go deep into my soul now. That I ever
man.
really
I don't
liked
know.
Starbucks?
I don't know. Can't answer that question for you.
All those times when I told him to make me those specialty drinks, I ever really like it, or was I just being a hipster about it?
You're probably being a hipster. You're like a low-key secret hipster. You like pretend like you're not, but you really are. That's why I'm surprised you don't got like a full-on beard with tea tree oil and shit and like a comb for it.
It's too hot for that.
You're like one of those dudes. You know, dude, after I had a beard, I legit think that it's not as bad as you think it is.
It is just as bad.
No,
as
it's not
it
as bad.
is.
No,
Yes,
it's
it
not.
is.
Dude, you're full of shit until you can't say that until you had one. So shut the fuck up.
I went for
It's not that bad.
a whole month and a half,
Nah, it doesn't count.
and it was just the worst.
I never saw that.
It's just so.
Never
itchy.
saw that. Never happened.
Um,
It's not that bad. And in
I
fact,
am a
after you get past that awkward itchy stage, it's good. It's good. And you can just comb it. I used to comb it. Ta ta ta.
Nah,
Ta ta ta.
nah,
I don't think I'll go back to it only because I don't know. I don't know if I'd go back to it. I feel like I thought it would have been fuller, but it wasn't not full. I don't know. Maybe I'll go back to it. Fuck it. Who knows?
But
I'm not super decisive on this.
Yeah. I was gonna say something, but I forget now.
You thought you were a hipster? You're a low-key secret hipster?
I am probably a hipster.
No, I know. I just didn't want to say anything.
Well, I was just telling you, I went to like 2 Hot Topics today to look for shirts.
But I'm going to go back. I need to go back and find plain shirts again.
I know they're hard, right?
They're very hard to
They're
find.
very hard to find.
Very hard. Like, don't get me wrong. Some of the shit
Now,
I buy.
Granted, you can buy plain shirts anywhere, but you got to get ones that like fit right.
Right.
It's like hard to find ones
Right.
that fit good.
You know what I'm saying, bro? All this muscle and shit. It's hard to get. It's hard to get these shirts that fit right.
Yeah, well, that is true. Because when I was making gains a while back, like I was trying to wear like shirts from Old Navy.
No, you can't get those shirts. Those are like cut square and shit.
Yeah,
those are like Lego shirts.
Yeah, and like I had some back when Target was selling at least somewhat masculine clothes. I had shirts from there, and like those things were like ripping off of me. I'm like, I'm not doing anything strenuous here. Like I ain't building that much muscle. Like t-shirts need to calm down.
Yeah, man. Like.
So and I get what you're saying.
Yeah, you know what we gotta go check out is like Guess has some decent cut shirts. Except you're paying fucking a lot more for them. I need some plain fucking shirts. You know what I got a lot of? A lot of fucking black shirts. You know what I don't have a lot of?
White shirts?
Shirts that are good in the sun.
Yeah.
Like that you're not going to burn your skin off with.
Well, that's what I looked today at my clothes. I'm like, I'm going to hit up these Hot Topics. Got to go pop hunting. Sold all my stock, right? So I got to get some more in.
I disagree. I feel like I'm going to go to your house and you're going to have like 3 shelves still full of shit.
All the ones I want to sell, like all the new ones I had.
Fuck that, sell those old ones too.
I'm almost got everything down, but so I'm like, I'm gonna go look for some new ones.
I think you need to choose like a good maximum 10 to 15 pops. That's it. 10 to 15 is plenty. And then you save your money for legit shit that doesn't look like crap. How about that?
We'll see.
How about that?
How about that? I can't.
How about that? Because
that.
you can get some legit looking shit that's just as expensive as
I'm
pops.
thinking like 30 or so.
No. 15, 10. I'm saying 10
Dude,
max.
I got like 5 Daredevils right now.
10 max. Who gives a shit?
I got like 6 Punishers. That's already 13.
Yeah, then you gotta skim down on some of those.
No.
You don't need that many Daredevils and Punishers. A lot of those are the exact same cast. Except one slightly different color.
Different paint jobs.
Yeah, I know. But the problem is it's the exact same cast. So it's like, you might as well just keep the ones with the rare paint jobs, and those ones that are going to be worth 20 cents in about a week, you can just buy those if you ever really want them again.
That's true.
Yeah. Versus like, you could be spending...
that's what I'm doing. I'm
not
getting rid of
the
everything.
exact same money. You spend $15 on a pop, right? Give or take. You could be spending the exact same money.
Say 15 cents?
$15 on a pop. You could be spending... This is some shit that women just tuned out on. You could be spending $15 on like a Bam Presto legit figure that's got 10 times the amount of detail, way better figure, versus like these things that look like they're just cast from the exact same thing. 2 figures look like they're cast from the same mold. Daredevil is basically Punisher, except one's got circular eyes and some hair, and the other one's just got no hair.
You're not wrong, but man, I already got them. I went a hard time finding some of those.
Fuck that shit. You gotta get to legit figures. If you're gonna collect figures, you gotta collect legit shit.
Dude, I got my
like
legit
that Dragon
display
Fist Punch Goku. You need that.
I'm put that on the floor. That thing's huge.
Yeah, that's what she said. But that's besides the point. You gotta, you gotta be able to collect some legit
Bowski's
shit.
gonna text me after he hears it. He's like, "Don't you sell them? Don't you sell all those?"
Fuck that shit, Bowski. You too. Sell them. Get some legit figures. Get those Square Enix Batmans.
Dude, those are cool. Those
yeah,
are
that's
legit,
right.
man.
You know why? Those are goddamn man figures. Those pop shits are like plastic that somebody molded with
vinyl.
a dick.
They're vinyl, yeah.
Whatever. All I'm saying is you gotta get some legit stuff. What you got right now is like beginner level collectibles. You know what I'm saying? You got like you literally got the fucking hipster of collectibles.
It very is, man.
Yeah. You gotta get some legit shit. I think these lights that keep coming in and out, by the way, sorry to interrupt myself apparently, dumbass, are like the stage lights when you're a comic, where they're like, get out of the floor.
Yeah, I think that's what I was saying.
I think they're telling us to get the fuck out. But anyways, I think you are literally doing like the hipster collectible. You need to go with the legit shit. You gotta go with the Square Enix Batmans. They got more detail than anything I've ever seen. They got more detail than this brick wall that's right next to me right now.
That's true. Those are legit, man.
Yeah. But anyways,
those I want.
I think we're out of time, man. We did an hour already. I can't believe it. And I was literally on level 2 energy before this, and I feel good with this tea, so I think we're good. Don't need to over caffeinate before this.
You might be. You ready to get that Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite in?
We'll get a little bit in, and I'm gonna get some sleep. But anyways, anything you wanna tell these savages? We got all the links, as always, down below. My social media, Ruben's social media, email for fucking questions that you people refuse to answer me. I'm going to say it on every podcast. Y'all know you're doing some fucked up shit every weekend, making some bad decisions, doing some shit that you're going to regret or need medicine for, and you're probably going raw way more than you need to be. How about you talk to me and tell me these stories, and I'll somewhat cushion the blow on your bad decisions, and Ruben will just be savage as fuck and just tell you how you fucked up. Send me those emails. Motivatedresults@yahoo.com.
You could do that, or just not do those things Jonathan just said.
Let's be honest. You're going to make those decisions.
But you're probably going to do them. So
let's be honest. You're going to make those decisions despite whether or not you tell me about them. The real thing is that you should be telling me about them.
Okay. Yeah, you're all right.
Those things are going to happen.
Yeah, those things are going to happen.
The reality is that by the time you listen to this podcast... You
probably should just tell us.
The reality is that by the time you listen to this podcast, you already made the bad decisions. The weekend already passed. This is Monday, people. It's a whole new week.
You got a whole new list of bad decisions.
That's right.
To make.
Let's talk about what you did last weekend. Let's be honest here. Let's be honest.
Oh, I got a question for everybody.
Okay. Well, you got a viewer question?
No, I got a question just in general.
Oh, okay.
To ask the viewers.
You gonna make me do another one of these viewer question things?
Oh yeah, this would be a good one that you.
How long is it?
No, it's real quick.
All right, what is it?
Is buying another girl food cheating?
Well, we'll get more details. So are you?
No.
Fuck.
That's it. That's just a general question.
Why are you bringing that back? Like
I'm not bringing that back. It just popped up here. It just popped up on the Instagram. Just asking it to everybody. Is buying another girl food?
So I'm assuming you're
cheating?
Dating someone.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Maybe she returns text. Maybe she don't. I don't know.
I will chime in on my opinions next week.
Yeah. There's your poll question, everybody. Because, people aren't asking us questions, so I got to ask people
That's
questions.
right, motherfuckers.
So
top
now
right corner,
vote on it.
click on that little eye with the little circle around it, and then it'll open up, and you can just, it's a second. Take a second to take this fucking poll. It's a poll. You know what? That's how I'm going to do my Survey Monkey questions. Dude, you think YouTube will be like, take me down if I do fucked up questions like some of the fucked up shit we ask each other?
Nah.
Like elephant or fire hydrant?
No. I think we should ask that. That'll be next week's question. This week's question.
# glue stick.
If you like that.
Dude.
Do you like the glue stick?
Did you add those to Urban Dictionary?
No, I didn't.
How fucking dare you?
I'll do it this week.
How dare you? Anyways.
This week's question, though. Answer this week's question.
This week's question. Post it down there. Once again, everything's down below. Hit that like button if you like this stuff. I think it does help us gauge what you kind of like or don't like, because a lot of you aren't interacting with us via social media or email or comments down below. So anything that you can kind of give us some sort of ideas of what you're liking would help, just the way things go. So everything's down below. Social media's down below. Follow us on shit. Give us some opinions. We post stuff on social media all the time. Yeah. Any last words for these fine savages, dog?
No, just answer viewer question this week. Really appreciate it.
There you go.